What if I told you the difference between losing traders and profitable traders on NAS100 is not the strategy, it's what happens before they ever take a trade? Because most traders don't actually have a strategy. They have an idea, something they saw online, something that worked once or twice, something that looks right on the chart. And then they start trading with it. But here's the problem. An idea without testing is just a guess. And in a market like the Nasdaq 100, guesses don't last long. The real reason most NAS100 traders fail: NAS100 attracts traders because of its movement. It's fast, aggressive, and full of opportunity. Large moves happen in short periods of time, creating the impression that money can be made quickly. But that same speed is what makes it dangerous. Without structure, the market feels unpredictable. Price moves sharply, reverses suddenly, and often behaves in ways that seem confusing. Traders enter positions based on emotion or impulse, only to watch the market move against them almost immediately. This creates a cycle. Losses lead to frustration. Frustration leads to impulsive decisions, and those decisions lead to even bigger losses. The issue is not the market itself. It's the lack of preparation behind each trade. Why testing changes everything. Testing is the step most traders ignore, but it's the one that changes everything. When you test a strategy, you remove uncertainty. You are no longer relying on hope or guesswork. Instead, you are working with data. You begin to understand how your strategy performs in different conditions, when it works best, and when it should be avoided. Testing shows you patterns that are not obvious in real-time trading. It reveals how often your setup actually succeeds, how much risk is involved, and what kind of drawdowns you should expect. This creates clarity. Instead of reacting emotionally, you begin making decisions based on evidence. And that shift alone separates consistent traders from the rest. Building a strategy that actually works. A profitable NAS100 strategy does not need to be complicated, but it does need to be structured. It begins with understanding the trend. NAS100 often moves with strong directional momentum, especially during key sessions like the New York Open. Recognizing whether the market is trending or ranging is the first step. Once the direction is clear, the focus shifts to structure. Price creates highs and lows, breaks levels, and forms zones where decisions are made. These areas are where high-probability trades exist. Timing then becomes critical. Entering too early exposes you to unnecessary risk, while entering too late reduces your potential reward. A good strategy defines exactly when to enter, not just where. And finally, risk management holds everything together. Without it, even the best setup can lead to losses. From data to confidence, once a strategy has been tested properly, something changes internally. Confidence begins to replace doubt. You are no longer questioning every trade or second-guessing your decisions. You understand your edge, and you trust the process behind it. This doesn't mean you expect every trade to win. It means you accept that losses are part of the system, and that acceptance is powerful because it allows you to stay consistent. Understanding losses without emotion. Losses are unavoidable in trading, especially on NAS100. The difference between profitable and unprofitable traders is not the presence of losses, but how they are handled. Many traders see losses as failure. They react emotionally, change their strategy, or try to recover quickly by increasing risk. This only makes the situation worse. Profitable traders approach losses differently. They see them as part of the system. Each loss is expected, already accounted for in their testing. Because of this, they don't panic. They don't overreact. They continue executing their plan. Over time, this consistency creates stability. The strategy is not the secret. Most traders spend their time searching for the perfect strategy, the one setup that will give them consistent profits without losses. But that strategy doesn't exist. The real edge is not the setup itself. It's how well you understand it. A simple strategy that has been tested and refined will outperform a complex strategy that is not fully understood. This is where most traders go wrong. They keep changing strategies instead of improving one. They look for new answers instead of building deeper understanding. And in doing so, they never give any system enough time to work. The role of discipline in execution. Even with a tested strategy, success is not guaranteed. Execution matters just as much as the system itself. This is where discipline comes in. Following your plan, even when it feels uncomfortable, is what separates consistent traders from inconsistent ones. It means waiting for your setup instead of forcing trades. It means sticking to your risk management rules even after a loss. Discipline is what turns a good strategy into consistent results. Without it, even the best system will fail. The balance between patience and action. Trading NAS100 is not just about having a strategy. It's about knowing when to use it and when to stay out of the market. And this is where most traders struggle. They either become too passive and miss opportunities, or they become too active and start forcing trades that don't meet their criteria. The market does not reward constant activity. It rewards precision. There are moments when conditions are clear, when structure aligns, and when probability is in your favor. And then there are moments when the market is uncertain, choppy, and unpredictable. From testing to profit. The journey from testing a strategy to becoming consistently profitable is not immediate. It is a process that unfolds over time, and it requires more than just understanding a setup. At the beginning, testing feels slow and sometimes even frustrating. You go through charts, review data, and analyze outcomes without seeing instant results. It may feel like you're not progressing, like you're just repeating the same steps over and over again. But beneath the surface, something important is happening. You are building familiarity. You are training your mind to recognize patterns, to understand behavior, and to see the market differently. As this process continues, your perspective begins to shift. You stop looking at the market as random movement and start seeing structure. You begin to anticipate scenarios instead of reacting to them. Then comes the transition. You start applying what you've tested in live conditions. At first, there may still be hesitation. You might question your decisions or feel uncertain when entering trades. But over time, as your experience grows, that hesitation fades. So what's the best NAS100 strategy? It's not the one with the most indicators. It's not the one that promises quick profits. It's the one you've tested, understood, and committed to. Because that's what turns trading from guessing into a system. If this helped you see NAS100 trading differently, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more content like this. Because in the end, the real edge in trading is not what you find. It's what you prove.